how do you tell a good story when your entire language only has about 120 words? We're going to see how it forces this fascinating choice between being short and being understood, and what that can teach all of us about communicating better.
And this idea, right here, is the key to everything. It's a powerful lesson for any language. The goal isn't just to be brief, the goal is to actually get your point across. Okay, so to really see this tension between simple and clear in action, we're going to break down a short story called The Honeymoon.
It's taken from the Duostories website, which is a great project for teaching languages through short stories. Here is a link to the original story so you can follow along.
We'll look at how just a few small tweaks can take it from kind of confusing to crystal clear, especially if you're new to the language. The story kicks off with this sentence. Literally, it means Anna is in a yellow moving structure. Sounds simple enough, right? But what exactly is a yellow moving structure?
And here's the problem.
The writer was probably thinking of a classic New York City cab.
But if you're anywhere else in the world, that could be a school bus, or heck, a yellow submarine. So, what's the fix? Well, the trick is to focus on the function of the thing, not its color. So if we swap yellow for yellow with money from money, we get paid moving structure. And suddenly it's obvious to pretty much anyone. She's in a taxi. And just like that, problem solved.
Next up, Anna tells the driver where she's going with this really poetic line, "I go to the land of air movement." I mean, it sounds lovely, but
what does it actually mean? Land of air movement could easily make you picture a super windy field or maybe a place full of windmills. All we have to do is add one word, tomo, which means structure or building.
The phrase becomes place of aircrafts.
And boom, the image is instantly an airport. We added one little word and got rid of all the guesswork. That is what clarity is all about.
all right, so the scene is set. Now let's get into the dialogue itself. Let's see how we can make the chat between Anna and the driver flow a little better.
So the driver asks Anna this question.
Is this a vacation?
It kind of feels less like a friendly chat and more like he's going down a checklist.
For this kind of dialogue, Toki Pona has a different structure for asking questions.
The phrase
"anuseme"
basically works like adding "or what" to a question in English. It just opens things up and invites a real conversation.
Additionally, instead of simply asking, "Is that a vacation?" the driver can ask, "Is the reason for your trip a vacation?"
Or what? See how much more relaxed and conversational that feels?
Now we are approaching the story's big reveal, and here's something to keep in mind. When you present a key sentence, elaborate as much as possible. Don't hesitate to even express the same idea in two different ways. The last thing you want is for the reader to miss a key point of the story.
In the original story, Anna says something like, "I have 1 ticket because I'm going to Madrid. Oh wait, 2 tickets." She just mashes her destination and the number of tickets all together. That's a huge plot point, and it just gets lost.
So to fix this, we can just unpack that one clunky line into a natural little back and forth. First, she says she's going to Madrid. The driver says, "Oh, nice." Then he asks if she's traveling alone, and that sets the stage perfectly for her to drop the bomb. "Actually, I have 2 tickets. It's my honeymoon." The impact is so much stronger.
And to make sure the twist really lands, the word honeymoon itself has to be super clear. The original phrase is a little vague. Instead, we can rephrase it like this.
Recently, my love and I became one. This trip is our honeymoon.
Now there is absolutely no room for confusion.
And the story keeps cramming too much information into one sentence. It says something like, "I don't have a husband, I have an evil wanting woman." Whoa, that mixes 2 massive ideas, the gender of her spouse and the fight they're having. If you split them up, first state, "my love is a woman," and then explain the conflict, the whole situation becomes way easier to follow.
So, after all this workshopping, what are the big lessons here?
It really just boils down to a few key things. First, be specific. Remember, paid moving structure, not yellow. Second, just stick to one main idea per sentence. Third, let a natural conversation build your suspense for you. And fourth, don't be afraid to add an extra word if it makes things clearer. It's all about maximizing understanding. These aren't just rules for Toki Pona. That's just good communication, period.